everyone, my name is Danielle and welcome to another episode of Board Game Bakes. This is a fun show where we make board game themed pieces and components from some of your favorite games. This week I'm really excited because we're going to do one that was suggested in the comments. We're going to focus on Ticket to Ride by Days of Wonder. This is a really fun game to get your friends who haven't really played games before into playing games. When you play the game, you have your individual train markers, and based on drawing cards, you're able to complete your various routes, and the game ends when someone runs out of train. Whoever has the most points wins. So, yay. I could have very easily done a cookie in the shape of a train, but that seemed a little boring, so we're going to try something different and make little bread loaves. And the goal is to make the little bread loaves into the shapes of the individual player markers. I chose to add some white details that resemble the accents on the train pieces. They aren't actually white, but it makes it a lot easier for you to see. And if you choose to duplicate yourself, you could choose to leave these out, or you could choose to dye the glaze so this way it's the same color. Let's get started. To begin, you need 2 cups diced fresh apples. You want these to be peeled and cut into tiny pieces. 2 cups all-purpose flour, 3/4 of a cup granulated sugar, a half a cup oil, a half a cup milk, 2 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1 large egg, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Combine your dry ingredients together, add your flour, baking powder, cinnamon, and salt together and give them a quick mix. Add a little of the flour mixture to your apples and mix so that the apples don't sink to the bottom. Next, combine your wet ingredients. Mix together your sugar, milk, oil, egg, and vanilla extract. Mix until combined. This is a quick bread, so you don't want to overmix the batter. Add all of your flour mixture to your wet mixture at once and mix until just combined. Fold in your apples. Prepare 4 mini loaf pans by spraying the wet pan and dusting with flour, and you want to divide the batter between the 4 pans. I placed the tins on the baking sheet to ensure they didn't overflow and also make it easier to get them into the oven. Bake at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for 25 to 30 minutes or until a toothpick comes out clean. Let your loaves cool for 10 minutes in the pan, then remove and let them cool completely on a cooling rack. The first step in decorating our loaves is to cut them to the correct size. First, you want to level off the top of the muffin so that it lies flat. Make sure you still eat this bit because that's always my favorite part. Cut each loaf in 2 by making lengthwise slices down the center to get 2 long train pieces. Save a small rectangle of the removed bread to attach onto the top of the bread. To make the glaze, combine 2 cups powdered sugar, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and 6 to 8 tablespoons of heavy cream. I think I wound up adding a little bit more just to make it drippy, and you also want to have the liquid food dyes to make it the right color. Combine the ingredients and mix. I set aside a little of the thickened glaze to use to stick the roofs onto the train. I then add more milk to get to the right drippy consistency. Divide the glaze into 4 bowls and use food coloring. You can either use the drops or gel to get the desired colors. I created bold colors that match the pieces, including yellow, green, blue, and red. To put our trains together, use the bit of the thick glaze to attach the roof onto the train. Next, I create 2 trains of each color by pouring the glaze over the bread and spreading it until the entire train was covered. Finally, I created some additional glaze using the above method. However, I omitted the cinnamon and used less milk to get thicker consistency. I used the glaze to outline the train with the lines seen on the pieces. The actual pieces do not have white lines, but the white makes it easier to see the details. Voila! Our Ticket to Ride apple loaves are complete, and I think they look delicious. The bread by itself could be a little on the less sweet side, so combined with the glaze is just the perfect combination. And they're also a fun size that you don't have to feel bad if you have one to yourself, or you could easily split them in half if you're sharing with your friends. As I mentioned before, I chose to use white glaze, but you could easily dye the color of the trains, or you could choose to just omit this step since the actual pieces do not have white on them. This game was suggested by one of you guys, so if you guys have any additional ideas, keep them coming. Please like, comment, and subscribe below. If you have any friends that are interested in baking, let them know about the channel and I'd really appreciate it. Keep playing games and keep them sweet. Now it's time to finally try one. I kind of feel like a monster since I'm just going to pick up the train and eat it. That was a big bite. Delicious. Just the right amount of sweet. Bye!
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which of these trains has to go?